Yeah, I'm just joking around. That's you were right. I was wrong. You are smart. I am dumb. You are good looking. I am very ugly.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I literally just like I threw the chair down. I I took my headset off, like I was about to snap it, and then I was about to throw the fucking chair through the TV. Like I was about to throw something through the TV to break everything. Like
Oh, and fuck you, lazy bed. I made graphics for every single fight just in case. So fuck you. I do what I want.
Fuck you, Austin, for starting at this ridiculous fucking time.
excuse
Also,
me, sir.
also, fuck daylight savings time. Don't be coming at me, Austin. Don't be explaining why you've got your panties in a twist. We all know why you've got your fucking panties in a twist.
It's not daylight savings yet.
Yeah,
That's
I
next
figured
week, I
that.
think. Or
Yeah,
oh,
I,
okay.
I, I told somebody the other day. We were talking about DST, and I said that our we don't change at the same time as you. It always catches me out. So, yeah. But yeah, it wouldn't have been so bad if like we'd have started at a normal 1 p.m. time, but for Austin, but because he wanted to start in the AM, this is ludicrously early for
Oh,
me. Barely even had time to start drinking. I've literally had to take a shot of alcohol just to get this show going.
Day drinking mouse.
Well, it's 6 p.m., so I guess it counts as evening.
it's literally that's come on, 5 o'clock somewhere. Literally, what are you doing?
How many shots have you had so far, Austin?
Yeah, this one special coffee.
The only thing I'm drinking today is my own tears.
That's fair. It's so fair.
Buckets and buckets of salty tears.
I'm wondering what shenanigans are going to go on today, but we shall see.
Not much on my end, I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking more forward to discussing the undercard and the prelims.
Oh, the shenanigans that happened there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly there. Yeah.
Yeah, we had almost more to discuss in the first portion of the fights than the latter portion.
Book some time. Book some time for after the show, please, Dave. We might be doing the two editors show together tonight.
All right.
Okay.
Did you see the fight that you saw the prelims, didn't you, Mouse?
Yes, I watched them. Yeah, I watched them last night, and I'm just rewatching them slightly now. I thought, like I said, I thought I had another hour to go. But what about them, Dave? I'm waffling.
You see Barnett roll his ankle before, or hurt himself jumping before the fight, and
yeah, I thought he'd done it then. I wasn't 100% sure, but it looked dodgy.
yeah, he like jumped before the fight, and then they end up showing it in slow motion afterwards. He like grimaced, and then about halfway through the round, he threw a spinning heel kick that looked nice, but his leg kind of fucked up after that, and then it just all went down real fast.
Yeah,
and then oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I did wonder if he'd done it at the pre-fight kind of thing. I'd done a Ortega moment, wasn't it? It was him that also fucked up his.
Yep. You guys just basically gave my entire rundown for this fight, so get ready to hear that again when we get to that point. Because I said all that like word for word.
And on the Uncensored show, no doubt.
But the first part.
On the Uncensored show. I'm going to keep doing it because I think it's kind of fun. But what I might do is after this week's is turn it down so it's just once a month, and that way I've got 4 weeks of shows to just clip all the funny shit out of, and not so much of the dry.
Yeah, I was going to say
what's going off behind the scenes. and I have got some media clips as well to throw in maybe occasionally. So
I like that.
Might do kind of like a Mouse's Media Minute or whatever on it. I do have the upcoming military shit show, literal fecal military shit show. That's kind of tops Luke's story that he gave on MK. So that will be on Uncensored this week. I was going to do a little playthrough for you guys and share my screen.
You didn't hear Luke's story, Dave?
No.
Oh my lord.
Neither did I.
You didn't hear it either?
No, I've been absent-minded since the event. So.
This was last Thursday. Yeah.
That was
I
when my
stopped
internet
listening.
was fucked up, and
I stopped listening to the media after that point.
Yeah, this was last Thursday's live chat, and basically to recant it in the shortest context possible, he was what was it, Mouse? They were on some sort of like a military expedition, like a trip or something like that, and they were a part of a convoy, and they had stopped for something or another, and Luke had to shit, and it was wintertime, and it was very cold, and he found like a little alcove to shit in, and he hung himself like over a little ledge of sorts while holding onto a tree, and just dropped trowel and shit right there, and thought that he had, done his business properly. Went back to the grouping of men, got back in the convoy. They took off barreling down the roads, wintertime, heat blasting, and basically his superior started saying, boy, it really smells like shit. And then they continued to carry on down the road, and he said, man, it really, really smells like shit. Somebody shit themselves. And Luke thought, surely it can't be me. Like, I didn't get any of that on me or nothing like that. And a little bit further, they're going down, and the superior turns and looks back into the vehicle, and apparently at that point gets smacked in the face very strongly with the odor of feces, and basically, points out that somebody in this vehicle has shit on them or has shit themselves, and they actually stop the entire convoy and pull over. And they pull out a big ass flashlight, and sure enough, they find that Luke has shit all over his boots, all over his pants, and the little tray thing beneath his feet. And so it was a big to do.
Oh my fuck!
Yeah, that triggers some military memories for me. That sounds about right.
I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something. Maybe you remember it, Mouse. What did he say to Luke that he, like the big exclamation he made? I can't remember.
Oh no, I can't think either.
Yeah, it was whatever he said. Like Thomas, you got shit all over your fucking feet or whatever it is. He still hears it ring in his head to this day. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it was something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Stop a whole military convoy because you stepped in your own fucking turds.
Yeah, you
just that is awesome.
I was considering doing a short clip of that with Luke doing that admission. If that had been the Air Force, he would have been stuck with that as his moniker for call sign forever. Shitty Goose, you take port side.
What are some of your favorite memories from either basic and or during your time in?
Yeah, there was this real funny story when we were going through Hell Week, my second Hell Week. We were doing that evolution called Around the World that takes usually 18 hours, and I was in Boat Crew 1, so all the tallest guys. Which is good because usually at least in Hell Week, the little guys crush everybody on PT and stuff, and but we usually won most of the races in Hell Week, which means we didn't get as wet we didn't have to get wet and punished as much as everybody else. But it was kind of cool. We were doing one of the last legs of Around the World, and our boat crew leader was he was a Lieutenant JG named Chris. And it was funny because everybody was just exhausted. you know, we're barely even paddling at that point, and people are just trying to keep moving and stay awake. And I remember we were out by, we were in Coronado, and we were paddling down to the demo pits, which is one of the last evolutions we do. And Chris, the officer in charge of our boat crew, is like, "Hey guys, I gotta take a shit real quick." And so we're like, he's like, "I'm just gonna jump over the side and do it." And so he jumps over the side, he pulls his pants down, and he starts doing his business. And it's hilarious because we see this turd float up to the top of the water. And it was so funny because of the currents and how slow we're going. The turd starts getting closer and closer to him, and he starts freaking out. And so he's like, "Guys, paddle." And so we're laughing hysterically and trying to paddle, you know, so because he's hanging onto the bow line while he's doing it, and you know, he doesn't want to get hit by his own turd. And so it was that was one of my favorite memories. But it was good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
A haymaker, a sharp right to the jaw, ending an argument with just one punch, a knuckle sandwich served up outside an exclusive restaurant in Beverly Hills. Another angle from this video that's gone viral, showing the wild scene, tableside turned ringside. Only this isn't Madison Square Garden. It's right in the very heart of Beverly Hills, outside the famed Porta Via Italian restaurant.
Right, can I get your...
The video shows, count them, 1, 2, 3 men, all dressed in black, wearing hoods with their faces covered, and all three with their cell phones out recording the tense standoff. One of them then takes a swing at the customer, and he swings right back, bang, knocks him right down. He doesn't miss. The guy knocked cold. Social media IDing this guy as a pro-Hamas supporter. He's now down for the count. The restaurant now reacting out, confirming the incident did happen.
And then I didn't want to get into specifics, but the first fight of the card, Reinhard Facher versus Carlos Leal. Do you think that was a robbery? Mouse, did you see it?
I did, yeah.
Did you listen to the commentators?
Yeah, I did. Well, partly.
They were going in on it being bad scorecard.
Yeah, I think it was one I was only half watching it, but I kept thinking, am I watching the same fight here or what? Because I thought Fakhretdinov had lost at least one of the rounds. Like I said, I was only half paying attention. Maybe I picked up my attention mainly in the third round, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I had it 30-27 for the other guy. All the media scored it for. I don't want to get in. Them lazy might get into it, but like I think all the media had it for the other guy.
Yeah. I got. I'm gonna do like I did last time I hosted, and we'll do the main and the co-main event, and then I'm gonna run through all the fights on the rest of the card, and we can comment if we got something or we don't. But yeah, I basically had it the same way as you, Dave. I thought it was 30-27 for Leal, and Mike Heck and the guys at MMA Fighting were like saying it wasn't that big of a robbery or it wasn't that terrible of a scorecard. I think that's fucking crazy, dude. That was horrendous. 30-27 for Fakhretdinov is fucking crazy. Yeah, one round, maybe. I could see even possibly if you wanted to have it 2 for him. Sure. But all 3 rounds that's insane, dude.
Yeah, I made a comment that the only way the dude would have won is some like atrocious bullshit scorecards, and then he won. It was pretty funny.
Well, yeah, I remember seeing that comment.
Yeah, I did warn you all where these fights were taking place. So.
Yeah, but that was the one that didn't matter. Why did that one matter more?
I just wish that judge was working for the Ige fight, because I bet he would have given it to Ige.
Well, Ige literally gave the fight away. He was winning the round, and then what did he do?
Yeah.
And we could go down a whole rabbit hole if we wanted to, because that was pretty much the only local judge on the entire card that judged all night, and he had some of the fishiest scorecards of the entire event. There's always one. There's always at least one.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, they didn't even bother to remove him. They've done it to every other ref judge and every other commission that they serve as the main commission.
No, I don't think they've ever removed a judge.
No,
yes, they have.
They removed Howie Booth, my favorite guy. They had the Tattoo Ivasa Rosa Strike fight.
Oh, sorry.
They've removed an official. They've removed officials.
Maybe this one had royal connections.
Doing that in Saudi.
Yeah, but that sets a bad precedent.
This wasn't even Saudi. This was damn United Arab Emirates.
Well, whatever.
If he was a royal or something, they might not have wanted to get on their.
You got transparency. Then you can only have actual either Muslim fighters, or you have to have of that region, because there's no way anyone's going to be willing to go there to fight willingly.
Told you, different country, same sand.
I'm just saying, no one's wanting to go there for how egregious that scorecard was, willingly.
Oh, and also, fuck you. A fighter did lose their O yesterday. I think two undefeated fighters fought, or one guy was 13-1, and one was 12-0.
Okay, yeah.
So your theory just collapsed upon itself, though.
You said no, huge.
It might be a bit like I before E, except after C, which also doesn't work. So who knows? But I'll take it. I'll take my 2 O's holding up against the one that lost it.
Yeah, I'm just joking around. That's you were right. I was wrong. You were smart. I am dumb. You are good looking. I am very ugly.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. You said you like Drinky Mouse, so here he is.
Oh, and fuck you, lazy bed. I made graphics for every single fight just in case. So fuck you. I do what I want.
Well, good. You're gonna need him this time because I was expecting you to.
Jesus. Oh yeah, dude, I wanted to throw my fucking chair through the fucking TV. Twice in a row. It's never happened to me before where it's twice in a row. My stepkids will tell you, the kids will tell you, I literally just I threw the chair down. I took my headset off, I was about to snap it, and then I was about to throw the fucking chair through the TV. I was about to throw something through the TV to break everything. Fuck it all, fucking burn it. We're burning it down. Just this endless depression came over me where I'm I'm done. I don't think I need to watch this sport anymore. I think I'm done.
I was just
legit.
You're taking up golf, Austin? Is that what it is?
Yes. I woke up this morning and legit that picture I posted is legit how I felt. I was sitting there on the table and I'm just just letting the coffee sit. Thinking about everything.
Yeah, emotional attachment to fight is a dangerous game.
It is.
No, there's not a whole lot that I have though. I'll tell you what. There's not a lot that I have. That's why it's easier for me to watch most of the fights, with the Apex and stuff like that. Because Uber, I think had said, it's the watered down version of this is what makes it less appealing for most original fans of watching it from back then to now. It's not as appealing, so it's easier to detach from some of the fighters, right? You're not as invested, and there's only a handful of them that you actually care about, right? Daz had said something I'll probably mention again during the podcast, but he he basically said, think about how, when BJ Penn lost, when Anderson Silva lost, when GSP like walked away, like that kind of shit didn't resonate with me because I was the dude cheering for Chris Weidman against Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
I was cheering for John Jones when he beat Shogun, Every time after that, though, it was kind of a little different. But, like, this moment in time, it was like, yes, neither of them were champions, but they still had a special place for me. And it was like, it was the shittiest feeling watching both of them lose the way they did. And he's like, no, man, it happens. It happens. You have to be able to accept when they lose, because when they lose and they lose bad, it makes it harder. And
Yeah.
it was the same for everybody back then as it is now. And it's like, that's the one time I can say, for fucking sake, I can't. It sucked. It fucking sucked.
Think about how I feel. I was an Aldo fan. I am an Aldo fan.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah.
See, here's what it is with the modern UFC and this modern UFC Apex thing that we have going, it's easier because it's so cookie cutter and it's just week after week after week to keep the fighters at an arm's length and not get that attachment. But then you have these older guys who they've been around so long that we've gotten to know them on personal levels. It's some of them that's led to you not liking them. Others, it leads to you almost like you develop a bond with them. And certain guys, especially guys like Max that came into the game so early, you watch them grow up in front of your eyes. So it's like there's almost this like I don't even know what to call it, like a Stockholm syndrome type thing where you think you know these people, but you don't know anything about these guys. But when you find one that like something resonates with you and they seem like a decent person, because there's so many shitty assholes in this game, you latch onto them. And then inevitably, losses happen. So like you get heartbroken because one of the few people you actually give a shit about in a game of fucking dickheads suffers, a setback like this. That's, it's just, the bottom line of it all is do not develop emotional attachments to fighters. It's not a smart thing to do.
No. I've been a fan of Robert and Max since the start of his career. I think I've told the story to you guys before that I used to get Max and Ferguson mixed up because they had the same tat on their back. Such a casual. I remembered the tattoo and I remembered Max. It was Max who stood out. I just used to get confused by the tat. And then Robert, I remember from the Smashers Tough series.
Yep.
He worked his way through a number of English fighters, and I was cheering him. I was like, when he won, I was like, yeah, fucking hell, I like this guy. I love this guy. So yeah. But I don't think I'm quite as emotionally attached as you two guys were. It's a shame. Helps, I suppose. I'm competitive, so just picking the winners helps me there.
I think that softened the blow for you a little bit. You got a W out of all this on two different fights.
Yeah.
Me and Austin took L's in life and in the picks.
Yeah. Happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost a shame, Austin, because I had your clip from last time when you ranted about never ever picking against Robert Whittaker, and if you had one, I was going to use that in a video somewhere, and then point out that this was last time when he won his fight.
Yep. Never. I still won't. I'll hold true to that. Either Max or Rob. I don't give a fuck if I get hurt again. What was it? Lazy. I think you had said it's like, God, like watching your team lose, but for multiple seasons.
Yeah, it's like watching your favorite fucking sports team lose 5 seasons in one night. That's the devastation for the fan, and that's the setback for the fighter too. Especially when you're at this upper echelon, man. Phew.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
God damn it. Oh, the emotions are gonna come out.
Is everybody ready? Everyone all set to go?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Ready now.
tissue.
All right.
I might have a situation going on here.
Uh-oh.
My thumb's bleeding a little bit, and I think Chatri got a little in his mouth, so now he's tasted blood. And I heard once dogs get a taste for human blood, they crave it, like werewolves or vampires.
They're not vampires. No,
Cujo.
they realize that something happens. They kind of be like, oh, because that's what I heard.
Oh, that's delicious. What's that delicious red goo?
It's
It's
not
like a Gushers fruit
delicious.
snack.
Oh my god.
Poor Shatra.
And not poor Dave, poor Jeff.
Absolutely.
Poor Chatri. He has like the nicest bed on the market, and he tears it up, and he gets like a fancy snack every day. Poor Chatri.
Oh.
Poor Chatri. Poor Chatri. Oh, you poor dog.
Oh my gosh.
Chatri's saying, "Come on, guys, I got a podcast to produce here. None of this happens without that dastardly dog." Oh, I can't believe we're about to do this.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You want me to cut you in?
Give me 1 second to clear my throat here. All right.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Just Bleed Radio. Today is Sunday, October 27th, 2024, and I don't really want to be here, but this is the Weekend Roundup.
I felt that.
I had to do it. I was like, I gotta do something different here.
Pain is real, folks.
All right. What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 27 of the Weekend Roundup, your favorite weekly recap show where we go back over all the events of this past week in the combat sporting world. We cover a wide variety of topics and organizations with a primary focus on the UFC. And boy, what a weekend it was for the world leader in face punching. Back to Abu Dhabi for the second time this year, their 20th trip to AD overall, and that means only one thing. It was another much appreciated daytime card. That's right, no keeping the old men like us up until the middle of the night. We got right into this thing bright and early. Speaking of things that keep an old man up at night, please be a mensch and help us out by giving a... damn it. I had to throw that in there, yeah. Becomes the first man to crack Max's chin. He talked it, he walked it, 3rd round knockout, and that's it. So, no special, my fellow brother in Holloway. I know you were as glued to your TV as the rest of us, and I also know you were as bothered by this fight as I, so first, your thoughts specifically on the performance of Max alone. And then second, knowing what we know now, do you feel like this move back down to featherweight was the right choice for Holloway, or do you wish he'd stayed up at 155 after the Gaethje fight?
I'm probably gonna need you to remind me what you said right there, because I'm probably gonna I'm gonna get into the feels for a bit. I like Rob. I adore Max, and win, lose, or draw. I'll be honest. It hurt, dude. Fuck. Shit. You're probably gonna need to cut some of this, Dave. God damn it.
Pull
I
yourself together, Austin. You can do it, man.
trying. God damn it. Watching the fight, I felt Max looked as good as he's ever looked at featherweight. Watching him trade kind of made me nervous because we knew how good Ilya was. I don't think any of us could doubt how good Ilya was. We had some questions from Volk coming back after getting knocked out from Islam. You know, you had, okay, well, did he come back too soon, right? Was that an easy victory for Ilya, considering what we saw from Volk his last outing? You know, you see Max perform as he did at lightweight, and then you kind of think, looking at his performances of late, you know, the win over Zombie, the win over Arnold Allen, the win over Justin Gaethje, you felt like, okay, we know who Max is. Seeing Ilya come through Volk and, you know, marching his way through the featherweight division the way he did, impressive. Just, you didn't have all your questions answered. You knew he was good. You didn't know how good he was. Max coming down to challenge this possibly all-time great in Ilya. We know Max is a all-time Hall of Famer. You can't question his greatness. We saw how good he was tonight. Max gave him the most technical fight he's ever had. And Ilya performed admirably, if not above what we expected. It made me think of for those who may not remember when Max fought Jose Aldo, finished him in the third round. The technicality in that fight reminded me of watching this fight. Matter of fact, it made me almost kind of remember the mirror image of seeing Max knock out Aldo the way he did. And regardless whether or not you had Max winning, Max was definitively put out. I'll be honest, I had never seen that in any context whatsoever in that ferocity for Max, and we all thought Max's chin was going to hold up, and you know, we were proving that, you know, Ilya is that guy. God damn it. I hated this fight only because I thought Max was going to do more at 55. He looked good. Max did everything he was doing normally. He just a shade behind what Ilya was doing. You know, Ilya was setting the pace. Ilya was putting the pressure on him. Ilya was countering very well, keeping his game consistent, pushing him beyond the black lines. As you know, we've heard, that's where he's dangerous. Pushing him into the cage, making sure he had nowhere to escape. Max kept him on his back foot. Max kept putting pressure back on him, countering him very well. Slip punches. He kept the same pace. It just, he got caught. And you can't do that with this guy. He's very dangerous. Yeah. You're going to need to remind me of that second question, Dave. Or Lazy.
Oh man, that was good. That was. I think I needed that as much as you. That was a good release. Hearing you say all that. The question was just, and you kind of answered it. Was it the right choice for him to move back down to 145 for this shot, or should he have just stayed at 155 after he knocked Gaethje out?
So it was Max's decision to go back to 45 because he felt like he had unfinished business there. And I couldn't say he was wrong because he felt that he was still capable of competing at the highest level against the best in that division. We've seen him lose 3 times to Volk, but we've also seen him beat up and comers like Arnold Allen. And granted, the zombie fight, there's an asterisk because it was his retirement fight. Regardless, that you could still see him compete well, and he looked very good tonight. He just didn't make it to the finish line. He got finished. It is what it is, as he would say. And he still says he's not done. He's not done. And I hope this is what we get from this is Max staying at 55. He no longer needs to prove anything at 45. He's an all-time great. He's going into the Hall of Fame for sure. He's got the BMF title with him still, supposedly, although that might not mean a whole lot now. Him competing at 45, there's nothing he needs to prove there anymore. Him competing at 55, at 32, going to be 33, that man can literally fight Charles Oliveira, fight Dan Hooker, fight whoever he wants to within the top 10, get maybe 1 or 2 wins. If he really wants to, just one, and probably be the next guy in line. He took out Justin Gaethje. Now, granted, you can argue Justin Gaethje wasn't already on the decline and had not fought for a year almost to that point when they fought. But still, he's got more room to grow at 55 than he does at 45. I hope that's the case that we get from this, and I'll never stop cheering for him. He's my guy forever.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, to keep us on track, I'll just get my thoughts out of the way. Hit that subscribe and notification bell. Until next time, that's no special. He's Danger Mouse. They're Dave, Chatri, and Steven. Me, I'm Lazy Bed, and this has been the Weekend Roundup. Peace out.
Thank you, everyone.
Go ahead, sorry, Mouse.
No. Very, very brief one. Just thank you, everyone, for coming along to this one.
Yeah. I didn't want to be here.
I'm going to be like Ilya. I'm going to be magnanimous in victory. I'm not going to. I told you guys I'd bring lube, so there you go.
The agony was real.
We found our balls and we brought them with us.
Sit, Chatri, sit. Good boy.
Don't be a bitch. One more. Okay.
I said, baby, I do this. I thought that you knew this. Can't stand no haters and now